So do not remove the pins. So the tentative schedule for your final practical exam would be this coming Wednesday during exam week. Because the Monday during exam week is scheduled for the removal exam, aka the comprehensive exam. We call it that way. For those with ZOO 3, we will not meet later because I have a makeup quiz with my immuno class. So we will meet on Wednesday so that you can see all your papers, including those your midterm and then your seat works. You can see them. Okay, Bogart, it's your turn. So, what are some of the accessory organs and some of okay, nasa Bogart. Okay, due to Bogart's position, so we cannot. You're sloughing off my muscles. So this is the mandibular lymph node. So Bogart had an upper respiratory tract infection, considering that he has been sniffing. Ayun, no, don't do that. You have your masseter muscle. Very obvious on Mr. Bogart. We also have the temporalis, if you can remember the temporalis. Okay, Mr. Bogart. Infraspinatus, supraspinatus. So for Bogart, his trapezius is obvious. Okay. So yeah, that's the trapezius muscle of our Bogart there. This is the lateral head of the triceps brachii. You also have your long head. This muscle here is your deltoideus. Brachialis, and then you have the biceps muscle here, and then you have your cleidocephalicus, cleidocervicalis. Here is your omotransversarius. Jugular? No, carotid. Wait, check. Sorry, I'm going to cut a bit out of curiosity if it's in the carotid artery. You see the jugular on Miss Miniman. So we'll see if this is indeed the carotid, ha? Yep, carotid. This is your carotid artery. So the carotid artery, the jugular is the most superficial. Okay, this is how the nerves, the arteries, and the veins are arranged. NAV. So the N is the most internal, followed by the which is the nerve, followed by the artery, followed by the vein. The vein is the superficial one. So the ones that you can see outside is your external. So in the jugular, so you have the external jugular and the internal jugular. Pero usually the internal jugular will just branch out, or the external jugular will just branch out into internal and external here, near the pinna or the ears. However, after that, you have the carotid artery. So, you have to be very careful, especially if you're going to draw blood from the jugular. Make sure your needles or the animal does not move when you're going to do a jugular blood extraction. And then after that is the vagus nerve itself. So, that's how tedious it is. So, you have your flexor carpi ulnaris. So, for Mr. Koan, then you have your extensor carpi radialis. Can you open that, please? This is the tough part because the longer names are in the muscles with longer names are the muscles that are in the distal portion, and they are smaller than most of the muscle bundles. So that's the funny part. That's the high legs na. If there's a copy of this one in the library, there's also another colored version of this one. If you want to study, just look for Mamuila. It's medial history. Okay, we are now in the extensors. Okay. This is the common digital extensor. So this is the common digital extensor, this one. So you will notice, okay, we're not going to destroy this because this is too fragile already. So this one here, that's your common digital extensor. So this is your extensor carpi radialis. So this is the common digital extensor. So their tendons, this one here, these are their tendons already. So we put it here. So following the common digital extensor is your lateral digital extensor. And the lateral digital extensor is this muscle. This muscle here. That one. It's quite large. Again, this one here, it's already the tendon. This one is the tendon. So usually this is the very tendinous muscle. So their insertion is already in the carpals. Sometimes it could reach up to the metatarsals and the metacarpal, and then even the digits. We'll not go into that na lang, okay? We don't have any time anymore. So after your lateral digital extensor, you have your ulnaris lateralis. So this one here is the ulnaris lateralis. So with Bogart, even though he has heavy fat and fascia inserted into the muscles, you can see the muscle bundling of the different muscles, unlike Miss Mimi. So on the dikuan, kindly lift lang. Kindly lift. You're going to cut time. So time conscious because others will have to meet Dokhana. So lipay kay mo wala miro last week. Muna lipay. Why? Lingaw. Wala ang mga kuan. Wala si Doc Hannah, Doc Ryan, and me. So you miss us all. Okay, you have your radial. So okay, you have your again. You have your right twins. This is your latissimus dorsi there. Subscapularis. Wait lang. Have your deep muscles. Your subscapularis. Unfortunately, I cannot lift that much. I cannot. Like Miss Kuan, Nini. So we'll just have it there. Hello, sister. And then you have your brachialis, brachial plexus. Sorry, your brachial plexus. So both Miss Mimi and then you have your radial nerve, huh? Or your brachial plexus. Both, by the way, both Miss Mimi and Mr. Bogart are available during the practical exam. So do not be late. Okay, and then you also have your cephalic vein, by the way, your cephalic vein, this one. So this is additional. So if there are parts that are seen on Mimi, you can go to Mimi if you can remember. If there are parts that can be seen with Bogart, you can go to Bogart. So there, again, you have 5 minutes. And some of these muscles are tongue twisters, especially this one. Clue na lang, in the hind legs, there are muscles that are so small but they have longer names. So small. Their names are so long. I don't know why. Medial. Okay, we are now in the medial view. Okay, so this is their flexor carpi radialis. So if you you can come for those with phones so that you can see the muscle. So this is the muscle, the next muscle of the flexor carpi radialis. This is the next muscle. This one here, this one. So that's the bundling, and that is your superficial digital flexor. This one. Very pronounced on Mr. Bogart. However, there's also a deep digital flexor if we're going to open this muscle here. Okay, they have a deep digital flexor. But very pronounced on Miss very pronounced on Miss Mimi. So you have your deep digital flexor here. That one. And beside the deep digital flexor is your flexor carpi radialis. So, flexor carpi radialis is this one. This one here. Kanin. Entire muscle bundle. So your flexor. Superficial digital flexor, and then beside that is your pronator teres. This one, medyo nanimasa ka lagi ka Bogart. Itang Bogart ha. Superficial, your pronator teres Bogart is this one here. So this one. So this muscle here is your pronator teres. So we'll put it here so that you can see how beautiful Bogart's. So that's Bogart's muscles and some organs, blood vessels and nerves. So again, do not be late. By the way, this is your trigeminal nerve. Kitaan pag yun, no? This is part of the trigeminal nerve, the maxillary division. Kitaan pag yun dito. These are the tongue twisters one. So you have a very difficult one, but clue. Strategy. It would be better if you will start off with the longer named muscles. And if you see something, like for example, nakita niyo mo si trigeminal nerve, make sure you have to touch the pits to emphasize everything. There's no need for you to. You can come in without gloves. So can just touch the pins. So for example, this it's the trigeminal nerve. If you can specify which division, that's the second division or the maxillary division. And then you have your masseter. Easy for you. These are the tongue twisters. Again, there's one small muscle in the hind legs that has a very long name. And that is, the muscle bundle is this thin. This thin. So, so don't be late regarding. So, if you have to come early, much better. Okay, on Wednesday, next meeting, we will start with the hind legs. So, hind legs na po. So, there are so many muscles on the hind legs as well. So, you have, again, tongue twisters on the distal portion. And then, on Monday, next week, it's up to you if you want, that's your free time. Meaning, if ever you pass sa leg or not, make sure you pass the lab. So, for your lab, you have to be, you have your Monday next week for the lab. So, you have to prepare. So, meaning, that's your time, your last ditch time to study for the lab. And on Wednesday, next week, that will be your lab exam. Final lab exam. Oral practical, if you come in early. Written practical, if you come in late. So you have to come early. So you have to set your alarms at 3 in the morning. So again, so for those who have not, from the last year's batch, Zaman, alkansi sila or alkansi mo? So, paibog na lang, ha? So we'll, hopefully you guys will pass the lab because it's very difficult to repeat the lab than the leg. Especially if you have to smell this thing all over again. Okay, and I lower your previous practical, I lower it to 40, ha? Probably lower it to 35. Okay. So, do you have any questions regarding the carcass? Okay, Rufus.
For Saturday and Sunday, is there a chance that we can come in?
You can coordinate with Mr. Reyes.
What about the guards?
Cannot. If, yeah.
Can we ask Brian for like a letter or something?
We can if he's here because they have a meeting also with the chairman and everyone else in the admin today. All the deans. I'll ask Ma'am Priscilla if pwede so that we can have a permit for you to come here. Ayun lang Sunday because that's your rest day, please. I don't even let my interns come on Sunday even if my clinic is full. So I want them to rest. Grabe naman, sad. So you better Saturday would be a good option. Ayaw lang Sunday, you have to rest. Yes.
This pin down here, which one's that? That one single pin down there. This one. Which one's that? This one.
That's the deep pectoral muscle.
Deep pectoral muscle. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, I'll ask Chrissy what are